Hello everyone and welcome to Retail Archaeology. Today, instead of taking a look at a retail location the internet helped kill, I thought it would be interesting to take a look at a retail product the internet helped kill, cooking software. For the inaugural episode of the Retail Archaeology Retro Kitchen, we'll be taking a look at Home Cooking with Master Chefs from Julia Child, and this is part of the Microsoft Home Collection. Now, I'll be honest, I am not a very experienced or the greatest cook in the world, so I brought my buddy Mark, who works in a restaurant. What do you do? You're a cook?
I'm a chef.
He's a chef, so he's going to help us with this. So let's take a look at some of the software, and we'll pick a recipe, and then we'll go from there.
Hello, this is Julia Child. Welcome to Home Cooking with Master Chefs. Happy cooking and bon appetit.
Home Cooking with Master Chefs was released in 1995 under the Microsoft Home label. It features interactive cooking lessons with 16 master chefs. Although Julia Child doesn't provide any of the lessons, she does provide a lot of commentary on the chefs themselves that are featured and also other various things related to cooking. Emeril Lagasse was one of the names that I recognized immediately, and I was interested to find here, I think this is his recipe for his Essence seasoning. It doesn't look like it was called Essence back then though. We thought it would be fun to pick one of the lessons and try and follow along with it in the kitchen. We decided to try the beef fillets in pasilla chili sauce recipe from Robert Del Grande.
So I figure since we're cooking a fancy schmancy recipe, we should go to the fancy grocery store. What do you think?
Sounds like a good idea.
All right, let's head to the store. Before we head into the store to pick up our ingredients, we should take a minute to talk about this episode's sponsor, Skillshare.
Skillshare is an online learning community for creators with more than 25,000 classes in design, business, and more. Premium membership gives you unlimited access so you can join the classes and communities that are just right for you in your New Year's goals. Improving the quality of my videos is one of my 2019 goals, so I've been taking classes in video editing and photo editing. The really great thing about Skillshare though is it's super affordable. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. So join me and more than 7 million other creators in learning with Skillshare. The first 500 Retail Archaeology subscribers to use the link in the description below can get a 2-month free trial. Now let's get back to learning how to cook this recipe from some 1995 cooking software.
Chef Robert brings us 2 Texas staples, beef and chilies, in his recipe for seared filet mignon steaks, braised in a real Texas-style tomato and chili sauce.
Now we're going to follow along step by step with the interactive lesson in the kitchen, but as well as the interactive lesson, the software also provides just step-by-step written instructions for the recipe, as well as the ingredients. The software will even generate a handy shopping list for you, which is what we're going to use while we're shopping for ingredients at the store. However, you won't see us pick up things like salt and pepper and brown sugar because I've already got that at home. Also, if you want to try this recipe at home for yourself but have a hard time following along with the video, I will post a link down in the description to the actual step-by-step directions for this recipe. Alright, let's go shopping at AJ's Fine Foods. This particular location is in Gilbert, Arizona, and this is probably the most hoity-toity grocery store I've ever been in, even more so than someplace like Whole Foods. I can't believe people do their grocery shopping here. This place is super expensive. Lots and lots of tomatoes, but none of them are labeled plum tomatoes. Those look like the size of a plum. 1 large white onion. Alright, we need some garlic. And we need some cilantro. Love cilantro. Free samples. What is that, a pickled jalapeno?
Candy.
Candied jalapeno.
That candy jalapeno.
That was really good too. That was good.
Go ahead, finish up the shopping. I'll just stay right here.
Well, there they are, and holy crap, that's expensive.
chicken broth. The cojita cheese. How do you say that? Cotija? It's good, I know that.
Still messy.
Well, we can't find avocado relish, so I think we're gonna go with sweet jalapeno relish.
Spicy.
Yeah, it says medium. They didn't have the type of chili we needed at the fancy grocery store, so now we're gonna go to the normal grocery store and take a look. And the normal grocery store saves the day. They've got the chilies we're looking for here. All right, so we've got our lesson pulled up over here on the computer, and we've got our ingredients all right here. So let's go ahead and start cooking.
With the fillet of beef, I'm going to make a very traditional red chili sauce from a base of tomatoes and onion and garlic. And with these dried chilies, these are pasilla chilies. Now these are the chopped onions. So I put these in the skillet, sort of like a bed. Then I'll add the garlic cloves on top of that. And then I'll add the tomatoes. And what we're going to do is put these in a very hot broiler. And we're going to essentially blister them, almost virtually char them. They'll blacken and they'll take on a whole different variety of flavors, very smoky and caramelized.
All right, so first we're gonna go ahead and chop up the onions and the stuff that we need to chop and get that ready. So Mark's gonna show us how he chops an onion.
Well, easy ones, you can peel it right like that. And then we need a quarter one. It's peeling right now. Alright, and then easy way to do this is when you gotta rough dice it. Just gonna come right in here. Down like that. You get the rough dice. About a quarter of the onion right there.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that probably would have taken me like 5 minutes to do that. All right, and I think it calls for, what was it, 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro? Let's go ahead and put that into our pan.
And getting some on the floor is a necessity when you're cooking.
Gotcha. And then me stepping on it and rubbing it into the ground is also a necessity.
Cilantro, how much did it say?
Let me look real quick. All right, the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh cilantro. Sounds like when Bishop's trying to do the knife trick in Aliens.
It's a little bit more than that, but
Well, that's okay. More is always good. I love cilantro.
cilantro is awesome.
All right, so Mark's getting the tomatoes ready to, what are we doing to these again? Charring them in the broiler?
Yeah, we're gonna char these with the onions, the garlic, and then the tomatoes. Make the sauce.
The sauce.
I'm just halving these to kind of quicken it. We'll probably get some more juices in there.
Our tomatoes are a little bit smaller than what they were using in the recipe because we didn't see anything labeled as plum tomato, so we're using a few more just to even it out. Oh, and then we need to get our what, garlic cloves ready.
Get some garlic.
It's over there on the island.
One of the best things in the world right here. I love garlic.
I would say use
Which
more.
means we're using more.
Yeah, use more than what the recipe called for. Whoa.
So, 4 cloves there. There we go.
right, that all just goes in that skillet and then in the broiler?
Yep. So let's go onions.
I turned the heat off, but yeah, we might want to move it over. Alright, garlic. And the tomatoes. And you're probably going to want a pot holder. And it says to stick it in the broiler and char them. And we're putting it just a couple inches underneath the broiler element there, like it said. So let's let those cook.
I'm going to toast the pasilla chilies. Lightly toast them in this medium warm skillet. And the idea is to bring out more flavor in the chili. You'll know when they're done because you start to smell them. They get very, very aromatic. And sometimes they'll even puff up a little bit.
All right, so what are we doing now? We're
Throwing a couple of these chilies on to toast those.
the chilies that we had to go to a different store for because they were not fancy enough for the fancy store, I guess.
That's a nice big one right there.
All right, and it says we should let these go for what, 5 minutes until we can smell them?
Yep.
All right. So it's been a few minutes and we can actually see them puffing up and it's starting to smell pretty good.
It does smell really good.
That smells really good. I can't believe they didn't have these at AJ's. That we had to go to Fry's for these.
I'm not surprised.
We went to their like Hispanic food section and it was literally just all white people hot sauce. That was their ethnic food section. What do you think? You think we're good there?
I think that's getting pretty. Let's leave that one down for a little bit.
Okay.
It's done.
There's a bowl over.
Hear the seeds in there?
That's cool. That means it'll probably be easy. I kind of was worried about how hard these would be to de-seed.
Nah, these are actually pretty easy to deal with.
Now these are the broiled tomatoes. So these are going to transfer to the blender. Once you have all the onions and garlic and tomato in the blender, it's nice to add the chicken stock to the pan, because what you're going to have left in the pan is all those juices from the tomatoes that have sort of caramelized. Use the stock to deglaze the pan and put that in with the sauce too. Then the toasted pasilla chilies, before we use them, we just break the ends off and just empty the seeds out. And once you have the seeds out, just break them into sort of smaller pieces and fit them into the blender. And then we're going to puree it. If you let it go for 30 seconds or a minute, eventually everything will be pureed very smooth.
I think we're about there. Let's check this out. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's nice and charred.
Put that in here. Now I'm gonna get that going so we can deglaze here in a sec.
So that just goes in the food processor.
Processor with that.
That's a sound that it that it makes when it's plopping in there. All right.
Alright. That going.
That did not sizzle like I thought it would. Getting all the good juicy bits off the side of the skillet. Everything just smells amazing. I wish that you guys could smell this stuff through the screen.
Some smell-o-vision. Needs to make a comeback.
Wow, just like in the video, well, the slideshow, in the software. The tops just snap off. And then we just dump the
Those seeds out. And get those peppers back in.
All right. Oh God. We couldn't find the top plastic part, so I'm glad we used extra.
That's good. Oh, smell that.
You guys can't smell that, but it smells delicious. We can really smell it because it's all over.
It's everywhere.
That's okay. Cooking's always messy.
It's always messy.
Now I'm going to season the beef with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I'm going to take these to the stove and we'll cook them. Here I have a very hot skillet. I'm going to put just a little bit of peanut oil in, not much. And then I'm going to add the beef, very hot, to sear the fillets. So in this recipe what we're doing is first we're searing the meat at a very high temperature to get that caramel brown flavor. So once they brown very nicely, turn these over and you can see how nicely they're seared. Do the same thing on the other side, let them brown, then we'll take them out. Once it's been well seared on both sides, we then remove them from the skillet to a plate.
All right, so now we're gonna get the meats ready. These better be good for the price.
All right, and I'm gonna do some more there on top.
All right. Gee, I'm sure my wife's going to appreciate what we're doing to her skillets and her food processor and everything else.
She's getting used right now. That's all it is.
Oh wow, that already looks really good though. All right, let's pull the meat off. Oh yeah, that looks good. It smells amazing too. Oh yeah, okay. So those look like just like in the slideshow.
Then in the same skillet, we'll add the puree of tomato and chili. And again, sort of lightly cook the sauce, picking up all the pan juices from the beef. Then I'll add a little bit of cilantro, about 2 tablespoons.
All right,
Sauce back in there.
pouring the sauce into the skillet. Whoa. And then
Lower that heat a little bit more.
let's use salt and pepper to taste. I trust your taste, so. And then brown sugar too, it says, which is back over there. Alright. It says if it gets thick, too thick, we can add spoonfuls of water to it as it's simmering. That smells ridiculous too. That smells so good.
Now at this point, I'm going to add the fillets, which are seared rare, back to the sauce and let them slowly cook in the sauce. This will take, on very low heat, just about 3 to 5 minutes to cook them to a nice medium rare.
What do you think? You think we're ready for the steaks?
We're ready for these.
All right, let's put those in there. It says 3 to 5 minutes for medium rare while continuously spooning the sauce over the steak. Smells so good. While Mark's finishing up those steaks, I'm gonna sit here and eat this whole block of cheese. I love this cheese. So good.
I'm going to finish this dish with a little avocado relish and some cotija cheese, grated, which is an aged cow milk cheese. Now I'm going to put the filet in the center of the plate and then spoon some of the wonderful sauce over the filet. Then I'm going to top the filet with a little fresh avocado relish. And the very last thing is the cotija cheese. You just sort of sprinkle over the top. Gives it a nice look and a nice flavor.
All right, so I think we are done. That's a nice, lovely mess right there. All right, let's plate these. That's what it's called, right? Plating.
It is plating. Sloppiness. Disappointing myself.
Our kitchen's gonna lose its Michelin rating with slop like that. What are you doing? That's what it's called, right? Michelin. Oh, I love that cheese.
Got this sweet jalapeno relish.
That sounds good. We couldn't find the avocado relish, so this seemed appropriate.
Look at that. Boom.
And there it is. All right, so here it is. We've got our beef fillets and pasilla chili sauce. That was kind of a pain in the ass. You said it was an easy
Yeah,
recipe.
it was
You thought it was
But
pretty easy.
spooning it on top, like I would not want to do that in the kitchen.
No, I mean, I'm already
Dinner and
sweating and stuff. But let's go ahead and cut into these and give them a taste.
I'm going right into the middle.
Right into the middle.
It's tender.
Wow, the knife just goes right through it. Oh my God. Hold on. I want to show that to the camera. I don't know if I can.
That's
Yum.
nice, perfect mid-rare right
Yum. All right, let's see if this is as good as it smells.
there. I'm ready to go.
Yum.
That's pretty good.
That is really good. Well, holy crap, that came out so good.
Sweet and smoky and spicy.
It's like everything at once. Oh, it's so good. Well, we're gonna go ahead and eat this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the first episode of the Retail Archaeology Retro Kitchen. Let me know if you enjoyed it down in the comments below. If you did, we can try this. I have lots of other cooking software, like factory sealed stuff from the 90s, so I think it's fun to take a look at old stuff, and it seems like these recipes are still valid. As always, everyone, thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys. This is good.
Want to see your name here? Head on over to patreon.com/retailarchaeology to find out how you can help support the channel. Hey, thanks for checking out something a little bit different on the Retail Archaeology channel. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're not a subscriber, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And lastly, make sure to follow at the social media links down there because that's the best way to keep up with what's going on with the channel.